This is Riviera's 50 Sport Motor Yacht, and I have to say, I don't think I've seen a 50-footer with quite the volume that this has got. It's incredible. I'm going to take you on board with this and give you the full tour, but yeah, the big news with this is space. It has it in spades. So we're going to step on here. Now, this is very much the Sports Motor Yacht style. In fact, they do an SUV version as well, so if you don't want the upper deck, which I'll show you, you can have it done as just a flat top with a sliding roof. But this really does give you an incredible amount of space. So we're going to step on here, high-low platform. This looks like they've probably got maybe a jet ski or something on here. This is an owner's boat. And what you do with this, you've got the twin doors here that will open. You can, if you want, have rails that come around the outside of this, so it makes it part of the whole cockpit experience. With these two doors open and the rails on, it just extends your cockpit quite a bit. If we come into here, then we've got things like access to storage, hose in there, for example. We've got the barbecue underneath here and the sink. This is actually a live bait well on this one. You can, if you prefer, have a folding seat. So if you want a seat that folds out of there instead, that can be done. And then over here is top loading fridge. And in fact, there's a little ice maker, I think I'm right in saying. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's exactly what it is in there. There we go, and just a completion. Yeah, more storage in here. You can tell it's an owner's boat, can't you? These are rod holders here. In case you're wondering what these are, not rocket launchers, they're rod holders. We're going to take a wander around the outside, but I'm going to take you in and through first. Now, what they've done with this is you've got this big, practical, open space here, and then a couple of steps up, and this is like your porch, really. You've got this isinglass that rolls up or comes down like this. That's quite nice because it means you can roll that all the way down and you can connect that through an air condition that area if you want to. In here, nice little seating area and eating area here. You can obviously put chairs around the outside if you want to, folding director's chairs or whatever. And then on this side, you can see the hinges down underneath here. That's because that will fold out and make that into a nice big lounging space. And they've put a TV in here as well. This is very Riviera, practical thinking, like the rails about the place. They're very much a boater's boat and they're designed to be used. So you'll see that kind of thing as we go around. That's a lift window, so you can have that open if you want to. And then this door here slides open. So with that open, and this is what I mean about the fact that if you then have this all enclosed, this basically becomes part of here, or with that closed and that open, this becomes part of that. It just depends how you want to use the boat. It gives you lots of separate zones as you go through. And check this out. That's nice, isn't it? Now, what's interesting is the complete lack of a helm station, and you'll see why when we get a bit further through the tour. But what that does is give you a tremendous amount of space in here. Galley aft, as you've probably spotted already. So we've got the sink there, there's big bin in there. You've got fridge, I think I'm right in saying fridge and freezer. Let's have a little look. Yeah, freezer down the bottom there. And then we've got bits of, I'm going to open it all, but storage everywhere like this. It's all about practical thinking with these. Hob is there, oven is there. That one is the dishwasher, singing us the song of its people. There we go. And then more refrigeration over here and more storage. I say I won't open it all, but you certainly get the idea, don't you? This one's got the high gloss walnut, I think I'm right in saying. There's a cherry option. You can also go for a lighter oak option. You can also go for a satin finish if you prefer. So if you don't like the high gloss, you don't have to have it. I think it looks quite good. Again, you've got things like the rail in the ceiling. This is a nice social space here. This one's been done, I think you can have tables on both sides, but on this one it looks like there's an infill so they can make extra sleeping here if they want to. As I say, they do a lot of customization for owners, and this one is an owner's boat, so I'm not entirely certain of the specification of this one, but it certainly looks like that's what this one's been fitted with. Also, normally you have a TV that comes out over there. This owner's chosen to have a much larger TV and have it permanently mounted, so again, it's owner spec. And again, you don't drive the boat from here, so it doesn't really matter that you can't see out of that section of the windscreen. Okay, if we head forward, we can wander down to the lower deck. It's a 3-cabin layout and it's 2 heads. So, I think forward first of all. VIP guest cabin. Big drawers underneath the bed, big hull windows, twin hatches in the ceiling, so you get plenty of ventilation in through here, and then again just storage everywhere. So you've got a hanging locker there. This is storage up underneath here, and that's all the way around, and it's all the way around like so. But yeah, nice big cabin. That works well. And the other thing you've got in here, of course, is an ensuite. In fact, what this is ensuite access to the day heads. So that is in there. This is shared with cabin 3. Remember, this is a 50-foot boat because, as I say, as you wander around and see how much space, it's easy to forget that. We've got the separate shower area in there, which is very good, keeps everything else dry. We've got the basin, we've got the loo, and that door there, try and back out of there and close that one, is that door there. So that takes us into the space we were just in. And that means that, first of all, it can be used as the day head because people can come straight down and in through here. They don't need to go through any of the cabins. But also it means that this cabin here can share it with the, the cockatoo, I think that is, isn't it? Sat on the bed there. So full-size adult bunks in that one. Again, hanging locker, again, drawers. Decent-sized cabin. And yeah, at night they'd use the day heads. More practical thinking in things like the traps. You'll see these around all over the place, and these gain you access to, in this case, storage, also some of the plumbing you can see in there as well. And if we come around here, this then is the owner's cabin. So threshold here, so basically all of this in through here. That's the door, of course, that comes across. This is taking us into that area. And the first thing we find is another door, and in fact this takes us into a walk-in wardrobe. Look at this, and this is again what I mean. This is a 50-foot boat. You're not supposed to have walk-in wardrobes in 50-foot boats. That's brilliant. If we come on back a bit, then the ensuite for this cabin is in here. Mirror wave is here. It's a slow one, wasn't it? And then we've got separate shower thusly. And then back again, and we step down and we find the main bedroom, really, isn't it? The main bedroom part of this cabin. Very nicely done. A whole ton of storage here. It's over here. AV equipment is in here as well. Of course, there's no wardrobe because we've got that big walk-in wardrobe that we saw. But yeah, that is pretty spectacular. It's a cabin from a size up, I think. You normally get this size of cabin on a 55-footer, not a 50. I think that's brilliant. Okay, let's press on a bit further. I'm curious. I was just about to say I haven't seen laundry facilities, but I can say with some confidence that they're here. There we go. Washer and dryer. Again. Keep saying it, 50-foot boat. Normally just get a single washer dryer on a 50-foot boat, not separate units. You could, of course, spec it with just a single washer dryer and have the other one as storage if you wanted to, but given how much storage there is anyway, I guess it's not quite so important. So there we go, lower deck. I think that's excellent. Let's press on up, because where this gets really impressive, I think, is when we come up here. Because this is effectively giving us another deck. That one there, bottle storage. I like this non-slip they put on here so that it's, well, it's not slippery. I think you knew what non-slip meant, didn't you? Okay, up here, now what they've done with this is quite interesting, because this is not, well, it is enclosed, but again, it's enclosed with this isinglass, so you can roll this up or just zip it out completely and have this completely open-backed as an open area. But when we come around here, it's basically an open-backed wheelhouse, so it's all solid up around here, and that's how you get the helm to be up here and not down there, because this is suitable for all conditions, because it's completely protected. But you can open it out because you've got a big sliding window there. You've got hatches up above that power back the front of the button like this, and in fact you can pull blinds across these as well if you want to, so they'll drop all the way back. So yeah, you can have this as open or as closed as you wish, and of course this then gives you firstly a very commanding helm position, because we're right up here. with a tremendous view out. Bear in mind these are owner operator boats, so anything that helps give you a good view is to be applauded. But secondly, it clears that main deck of needing a helm station, and that's how you get so much seating in there, and that's why this boat has so much volume, I think. It's a good job. C-Zone on here, so this is giving you access to all the control systems. You could go into AC mains there, for example. You could go into monitoring, so you can see what all the various levels are on here. So yeah, that's controlling the whole boat. Volvo Penta display for the engines, and then triple Garmin screens across here. And they can be configured however you like. So typically you'd have radar, perhaps navigation, maybe a camera on the back, whatever you wanted really. And this is interesting. This is a quick user guide. So there's a huge, great handbook for these. Really comprehensive wiring diagrams, the lot. But this is just a quick reference guide. So that if you want to just check on, for example, what do we got here? Starting the engines, how to start the engines, fueling, preparing for departure, all that kind of stuff is in there, so that it's dead easy just to flick and find out. If you just want to check on something before you do it, that's an easy way to do it. But I say that's not the main guide. There is a really big, thick, comprehensive one that comes with the boat as well. This is air conditioning controls. These are in all the cabins, so you can set that up however you want it. What else have we got here? Stereo is here. That's the Seakeeper, so it's got Seakeeper stabilization. Steering is here, of course, and then engine controls and IPS joystick. And your twin helm seats are there. But that's a nice area. It gives it like an upper deck. This is in fact technically an outside area, so the carpet up here is an outdoor carpet, and in fact you don't need to have that at all, because underneath here, if I lift that up, if I can get to it, I can't very easily, can I? I'll get to that. Let's have a look here. That would be a bit easier, won't it? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's a non-slip surface, exactly the same that's on the decks on the outside, and you can see it drains as well. So although this owner has this as an enclosed internal area, this can be more of an outdoor area if you prefer. Joystick control back here, again for stern to docking. That's brilliant. In fact, they'll even put a wheel on here as well, so if you're using it for fishing and you want to be able to stand right at the back, as they often do when they're trawling at low speed, so they can talk to the guys fishing out the back, you can do that. Little sink in here, fridge in here as well. And you've got the seating area. In fact, you can drop this one down and make that into a lounging area if you prefer, and the table folds in half. And again, you've got grab rails everywhere. Again, you've got the opening hatch with the blinds that come across. There's a lot of variation with this, but yeah, that's an interesting area on a 50-foot boat, isn't it? Because it just opens up so much more space. Brilliant. Okay, let's go and have a wander around. Well, we want to wander around the deck areas for a start, but we also want to have a look down in the engine room. So we'll come down here. So what I mean about these traps everywhere, that one there is down to the fuel tank. So it's all very, let's get that in right, there we go. Very get-at-able. We've not had a get-at-able for a while, have we? Superb. We spoke about that, that's fridges. And this is just a load more storage. And that one is the Fusion Hi-Fi. Okay, let's come out here. This one here then is the access to the engine space. There's Maggie over there, look, she's just sulking by the looks of it. I expect it's something I've said. There we go. Alrighty, let's have a wander down and have a look, shall we? Okay, again, I remind you this is a 50-footer because this is actually a pretty decent engine space in here. We've got a pair of Volvo Penta IPS 950s. They're 725 horsepower each, and they're giving the speeds up towards the mid 30 knots. So despite the volume, she's still got some pretty strong performance. Cruising speed is high 20s. Drop the speed right back to displacement speeds and you're getting about 1700 miles of range at kind of 5.5 knots. Obviously you pick it up to high performance speeds, you know, planing speeds, and you're down into the hundreds, but it just depends how you want to run the boat. Air conditioning systems are over here. Generator lives in this corner. Camera over there, so you can monitor this area from those multifunction displays. Yeah, that's a pretty decent area, isn't it? And then back here, IPS pods. And that, I think, is the Seakeeper in the middle there. And you'll notice that there's hatches over the top of there, again, practical thinking. If you need to get into that area, sometimes it's easier to just come straight down onto it. The other thing they've done with this is that this floor up here is what they call a soft access floor. It means that if you ever had a serious problem, you need to get an engine out, these come out fairly easily. Obviously not on a daily basis, this is what this hatch is for, but if you need to get that engine out, you can remove this pretty easily and you can crane the engine straight out. Again, practical thinking, because it's the worst thing in the world if you've got to start cutting big holes in the boat to get the engine out. This is designed to avoid you needing to do that. All right, let's drop that one back down. There's a substantial hatch, that one. There we go. The last thing to talk about then is the deck areas. So if we come out around here, that's the hatch. In fact, I'll show you. There we go. So that drops you straight in to the Volvo Penta pod drive system. So for servicing and that kind of thing, you've got really good access to it. Fantastic. Okay, let's drop that one back down. Sorry, I didn't mean to lose you down there. There we go. Oh, that one down with a bang, didn't it? Okay. Let's shut those down and we will head this way and take a wander around. Another IPS docking station then, just there, very useful. Engine vents in here rather than the hull, so when you've got spray around the place, that keeps them fairly well protected. And then nice big side decks as you come up here, nice and protected. Fuel filler is here, waste is there as well for pumping the waste out. Now we can come right up onto the bow. Now you can, if you wish, have a crane for this area and have a tender on here, because of course this windscreen isn't really used. The windscreen that's used when you're driving the boat is that one up there. And what's interesting is the fact that you can place a ladder into here, and you see you've got a flat section there, it gives you somewhere to stand. So imagine if you're trying to, I don't know, clean the windows, change a wiper blade, whatever, you can actually walk up there and stand on there and get to it. If you just have the straight slope all the way down, there's virtually no way of doing it. So that, again, is pointing to the practical thinking. This particular owner's gone for sunbeds on the front here, but as I say, if you want, you can have tender storage here. You have a crane over here, that lifts your tender on, places it in the centre line, and of course from that helm up on the top, you look straight over the top of it, so it's not a problem. All the way up to the front, we've got an ultra anchor on this one, so we are top notch with the anchoring kit as well. This is interesting, this anchor has got this dam around here. The reason for that is you're putting your anchor in, or your chain's been lying in the mud, it's all muddy, it comes up, it's flicking all the mud everywhere as it comes around here, as they do. Well, it just hits that and stays in that area, and that drains back through there, so you can get a hose, just hose it back out again. You don't end up with it splattered everywhere. Very good. And that, my friends, is about the size of that. But that is a huge boat for a 50-footer, if you know what I mean. In terms of the volume that you get, it's absolutely incredible. Massive thanks to Riviera Motor Yachts for facilitating that tour. Huge thanks as ever to you guys for watching it. Let me know what you think of that one. I'll be interested in your comments, and we'll catch you on one of these real soon. Take care. Bye-bye.